Yeah, it's my expectation that the Senate is going to act and get the Build Back Better Act over the finish line prior to the end of the year. Majority Leader Schumer recently reiterated that commitment. And one of the reasons why it's important is because of the pending expiration of the child tax credit, which has been a lifeline for so many different American families, low-income families, working families, and middle-class families, helping to provide families in America at a time when we are seeing some inflationary pressures to pay for child care expenses or educational expenses or food or housing expenses. That's a Democratic initiative that we support, that has been important and critical, and that we are determined to make sure continues.
To follow up on that, though, is there a plan if Build Back Better doesn't get signed into law by the time that this current one expires, and could that become a political problem for you guys, given how much you've touted the expansion of this credit as one of the ways that you are doing things for, voters?
Yeah, I'll yield to Pete as well on this question. Has played an important role as an appropriator in this space, and of course, we're all thankful for the leadership of Chairwoman Rosa DeLauro, and I don't think that Chairwoman DeLauro is going to allow this tax credit to expire, and House Democrats will not allow this tax credit to expire, and I don't believe that the Senate will either. President Biden, when he came to visit us, was very clear in what he outlined in the House Build Back Better Act that had support in the Senate. And amongst the many things that he laid out, of course, the child tax credit was right at the top of the list. It's my expectation that this is going to get done and that the Build Back Better Act is going to get done. Go back to this side, and then we'll go back to the other side. Yeah.
Going back to Boebert being held accountable for her remarks, the Democrats moved very swiftly to punish Representative Gosar. Why the hesitancy now to move swiftly to hold accountable Representative Boebert in this respect? It seems like you guys are kind of like being a little bit hesitant on this.
Yeah, I don't believe that there's any hesitancy. There are active discussions about the appropriate way to proceed, and I think you are now seeing at least some rank-and-file House Republicans, including most recently Representative Crenshaw, indicate that this is a toxic circus that is going on the other side of the aisle, and something needs to be done about it. Hopefully, the House Republican leadership will come to that conclusion as well, but there is no hesitancy on our side. We've held members accountable in the past. We think that it is the House's collective responsibility to act. Democrats continue to be prepared to do that. It's unclear what's happening on the other side of the aisle with leadership.
In Democratic leadership to strip her of her committees swiftly?
Yeah, I don't want to get out ahead of any ongoing discussions in terms of what accountability may ultimately look like, but there are active discussions underway.
On the jail conditions for rioters. I was wondering if you think Democrats on the January 6th committee should visit the jail as part of the investigation.
The Department of Justice is the entity who that question should be sent to, and we trust that they are carrying out their duties and responsibilities to uphold the rule of law. There have been a number of criminal prosecutions. We are focused on the events and circumstances that led up to and caused January 6th, and so that continues to be our focus, our mission, and our legislative mandate that was passed within House Resolution 503. So that's the focus of our legislative efforts. That's what we had bipartisan support for, and that's what we continue to implement.
Yeah, and it's just kind of, I'll go to you next, but it's kind of extraordinary that we are in the midst of working to create millions of good paying jobs for everyday Americans. We are cutting taxes for working families, and we're lowering costs in a variety of areas, including child care, health care, and the high cost of life-saving prescription drugs. And the most prominent voices within the House Republican Conference are concerned about coddling insurrectionists. Now, I've been involved in prison reform efforts, and I support the notion that, one, people are innocent until proven guilty, and that jail conditions shouldn't be punitive at all. But it's not clear to me that this is a serious effort.
Yeah, I was just had a question on the